this is regardless of what Netanyahu wants to do or what he doesn't want to do. And obviously he has been trying to amend the relationship from the beginning, actually, but he hasn't been able to do so. I don't see any changes inside Israeli domestic politics which allow Netanyahu to make a step forward.
You had a question there, so.
Kathy Kosman. I had a question about Turkey from Professor Aydin, about Turkish policies towards both on the official level and the semi-official or popular level, with many Turkic peoples who live in Russia and Azerbaijan, obviously, and Central Asia, and possibly also China.
It was 1990s that Turkey put too much emphasis on it. Obviously, Central Asia and Caucasus, Azerbaijan, and all the other countries in Central Asia, Turkey has now official relationship, and they are less on sentimental basis, more on realistic basis. In 1990s, it was much more on sentimental level, but now it's much more based on strategic cooperations and interest. As far as China or Turkic people in Russia is concerned, Turkey has, how would I put it? Turkey has stopped being interested in them in political level. With Russia, it seems that two countries have come to an understanding that they would not interested in their minorities, so to speak. This was, I think, towards the end of 1990s, 1997, 1998. Both countries stopped talking the minorities of other countries. That includes the Turkic people in Russia. But having said that, improving of Turkish-Russian relations, of course, helps connection between Turkic people living in Russia and also Turkey, without necessarily going into the political side of the issues, but the economic cooperation and aid relationship is continuous. The China is Turkestan, nothing is being talked in Turkey at all.
We have a question up here. We have two up here, so.
Zuhair Imadi, the Syrian media. Turkey has been looking as a great hope to be the bridge in the future between the Arab and Middle Eastern world and the Western world, being what Turkey is. Now, with the admission of the president of Syria, President Assad, and his high officials of the current corruption, need for real reforms, that admission did not seem to make much difference with Mr. Erdogan and his government. They turned from being close friends to the government of Syria into what seems to be dictating, the people who are dictating rather than consulting with the government of Syria. That has created a certain feeling within the Syrian community and across the Arab world, actually, who has not supported the current uprising officials of the Arab world. No government has supported officially the current political problems in Syria. But what we see is that Turkey has, like I said, and this is building on Professor Aydin has stated, Mr. Simon has said that this Turkish government seems to go ahead of itself when they're dealing with some of the issues, whether Iran or other. Now, how negative this behavior of, or very tough kind of behavior of the current Turkish government when it comes to even dealing with the issues of refugees. They have announced that there is a possibility they would create a certain area for the refugees on Syrian lands, and this is a very sensitive issue when it comes to lands being taken by foreign power in Syria. So how much all of this package is going to affect really the relationship, the future relationship, the possibilities that Turkey and Syria has built together for Turkey to actually have an open door throughout the Arab world.
Thank you. And maybe while you're here, Carol, you want to get your question in with these two too?
I have Carol Nagalovitz. I have a very brief question for Professor Aydin. Why do you think that Turkish officials and public intellectuals fail to defend the United States to the Turkish public?
All right, two good questions.
I'm observing my left. I don't think Turkey has an ability to dictate anything to Syria. I wish Turkey had it, but it doesn't. And I think the Turkish behavior is not tough enough, anyway, regarding the governments in the Middle East or anywhere. Talking to, it seems that there is some sort of an affinity and understanding between President Assad and Prime Minister Erdogan, and they seem to talk to each other. And I think that's, when they talk, it's not dictating it. I think they are talking like friendly people and giving advice. Whether it's sound advice or not, I don't know, but it seems so. Regarding the refugees, there is a confusion here. It was not officially Turkey suggested to establish a kind of a zone inside Israel, in Syria. It was Western newspapers started the argument, and Turkish newspapers copied from them. And this obviously comes from people who doesn't understand the geography. It's 730 kilometers of border between Turkey and Syria. How can you establish a zone inside such a huge border? You know, if you secure one side, people will continue to coming from the other side. So what has been Turkey doing so far, as I see regarding the refugees, is just establishing the tent cities around the border inside Turkey. Of course, the Turkish commander of the armed forces last week, he went over the border and he flew over the border. And I suppose it was a kind of a show to show that Turkey is interested and takes precautions. But the worry is not so much from the refugees. The worry is about some of the Syrian Kurds who has been working for the PKK and who could be infiltrated into Turkey through the refugees. And I think that's more worrying the Turkish government and the military more than the refugees themselves. I don't know. There is a widespread. It's very difficult to explain, but the Turkish public, we have been talking with the Turkish friends yesterday. Last 20 years, I don't know the reasons somebody from the sociological background should make the analysis, but over the last 20 years, Turkey became a country where conspiracy theories are abundant. People develop them, they like it, they share it, they expand on it. Most of them doesn't make a little bit sense, you know, as far as even conspiracies go. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, for example, I heard a couple of weeks ago talking to a crowd in Turkey. Somebody asked me, you know, was it the United States who started the uprising in Egypt and Libya? It could be, of course, but the argument.